Hello. In this tutorial video, we're going to take a look at the text options available in Sibelius. So let's get started. We need a title. So we're going to click on title. You'll notice the cursor turns blue. That means it's loaded with something. Click there, and we can put our title in. So that's highlighted, the title. We're going to put in a subtitle. And because that was highlighted, it automatically goes to an enter mode for the subtitle. And we get the riddle song. So now we need the composer. So one thing you can do that's quick for entering anything really is to learn some of these pop-up keys. I'm pressing the alternate key. You'll notice the letters, little squares show up here. So I press the T again. I press TS, and then I can use my cursor arrow keys to find the one I want, composer. So we'll just type in the composer, right? Just by typing it in. And you notice copyright automatically goes to the bottom of the screen. Now, what about a tempo? There are some shortcuts available for tempo. Control alternate T, and you put your tempo in. One thing that a number of the text items have is a pop-up menu. If you right-click, you get a ton of options, and you can pick and choose as you want. When you're doing your tempo, if you want to add in a tempo marking, do Control and then 4 on the keypad to get your quarter note. Control 4, and that's the keypad 4, not the number above the R key. Equals, and then whatever you want. Now suppose you just wanted to have the tempo marked as moderately and not show a tempo marking, but still have it in there for playback purposes. So we double click on this, we come back here, and we use the tilde, which is next to the 1 key on most keyboards. Shift, and we get it. Press Escape to get out of the entering text mode. And that's a nice way of being able to put text in and not have to see it. The title, when you enter your text here, I'm trying to move it left and right. You can do that in Finale, but not here. Move it up and down, but not left and right. That's because Control alternate Shift T to get the edit text styles menu. The options in the horizontal position is centered. You can't move it left and right. If I put it aligned to page left, it moves it over to the left here. You see that? You might want that, you might prefer that. So go through all these. You've got plenty of preset options in here. Now we've got a tempo, we've got our title, we've got the composer, we've got a copyright. We want to put some dynamics in here. So let's select the first measure. Then we can go to expression up here, Control E, or click up in the text menu. And your cursor's flashing, showing that it's ready to go. You can click the right mouse button, and you get the various options. So I type Control M and Control F, and I get the true bold looking dynamics. If I do, and by the way, you don't have to click in just a measure when you're adding anything to it that's not notes. Click on that single note, type Control E, and if I just do MF, see the difference? I'm going to zoom that up a bit. See the difference? You don't want that when you're doing dynamics. So it's Control M and Control F, and you get your dynamics. You could also put in a dash, which is typical in music that repeats. Let's say you want to put in some technique text in here. That will put it up above. You could do with expression, for example, anything you want to put really. And you'll notice over here on the upper left you have a lot of options. You can actually change the type of text from technique to something else. It depends on what the original is as to what options are available in here. For example, you can't change this to a title text, but you could change it to expression if you wanted to put it into expression. You can also change the font. Whatever fonts are installed on your system will show up in here. You can show whether it's italics, regular bold, bold italics, and so forth. You also have options for music text, which, as you notice, does weird things in this case. We don't want music text there. We would in some cases. We might want to put some chord symbols in here. There's a couple of different ways to do it. Since we already have the music in here, let's highlight a few bars and see if we can get this to work successfully. So I'm going to do add chord symbols from notes. It's going to give me a lot of options. Let's restore the defaults. Click OK. And it's added some chord symbols in here. Okay. And as with any text or even notes, you can click and drag. Move that over there. Try that again. Sometimes this does not work very well. You want to manually enter them. Select here and then type chord symbol or Control K and then type your chord symbol. You hit Tab and you'll go to the next measure. And you type just the letter B for a flat. And you can do E flat and a slash chord, B flat. And just, I know this is an F chord, but we're going to do a diminished seventh. And you notice it puts the little superscript, subscript, whatever you call it, in there. And then you can hit backspace and correct it if you'd like. Let me show you one feature I don't think I mentioned before. Select that chord and then do Shift Control A and it selects all the chord symbols on that line. For a piece this short, you probably don't want to put in rehearsal marks, but let's say you wanted to. Control R, add some in. If you put one in between A and B, it'll renumber everything. You can also have bar numbers. In this case, I like to put bar numbers at the beginning, but you can put it every 5 bars, or no bar numbers at all. Have it every bar. You can also change bar numbers, page numbers in here as well. And in the next video, we're going to take a look at lyrics.